Seattle's contribution to popular music is undisputed. You know the names, from Hendrix to Hart, Pearl Jam, Macklemore, and many, many more in between. In this series, we're going to examine Seattle's music community, in depth with unique performances, with interviews, and much, much more. We're also going to find out what makes Seattle, Seattle, and what makes this city on the shores of the Puget Sound one of the best places on the planet for music. Welcome to Sounds by the Sound.
Let's rock and roll.
Welcome to another episode of Sounds by the Sound. We are in Seattle's International District. Now, of course, Seattle geographically is one of the largest American cities in proximity to countries like Japan and China and Korea. And you see that influence evident in Seattle's everyday culture, from the food to the music to the art. It is everywhere. Today we're going to head to the International Fountain at the Seattle Center and introduce you to a band called Tangerine, who have put out one of our favorite EPs of the last couple of months. They're going to perform for us. We're going to talk about their Pacific Northwest music experience. First though, we're going to right down the street to the Wing Luke Museum to meet up with Massiah and Khingz for a performance and a tour of the museum's amazing Bruce Lee exhibit. It's really something special. We're watching Sounds by the Sound. Let's go.
Hope it ain't too late for me. This ain't too late for me. Hope this ain't too late for me. Hope this ain't too late for me. Hope this ain't too late for me. Someone out to pray 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 for me. Hope this ain't too late for me. Hope this ain't too late for me. Hope this ain't too late for me. Someone out to pray for me. Someone out to pray for me. Someone out to pray for me. Of reverb and latency, words that make believe serve this blatantly. That earth that quaked for me, hurled the fame for me, turned to pain to thee, you turned and aimed to me, burn, cremate my scream, how many hurts, words you came to me, my loved one taken by a rope by his own hands, can you feel somewhat safe for me?
No.
Well, no change for me.
No.
No more lies. Had a tray eight to my brain, make a paperweight of my body, my black body. Never mind that, and my reps change sharply. Never want to find myself that darkly. Never mind that, and my mind changed sharply. Never settle my debt with ghosts that haunt me. Being vulnerable seems so stupid in the face of the friends that drop me and walk away from me. Hesitate when I say play music, cause this ain't no game for me. This is leg of flame for me. Say his name and flee away from strain to pee. This is gone insane for me. Song escape is weak. We're strong, we're made to reach. My brain is safe on keys. Said my brain is safe on keys. But my body face police. My body, this black body, strangled that man and they never shot Gotti. My anger at that makes me anti-white hardly. I don't wanna see you die, I wanna see us live. You can't see kids when you look at black skin. Are you human, kid, and Barbie? Don't walk away from me. We done took your bullets, your ropes, your chains, and words. All you have to take from me. Why a 12-year-old playing sees you coming in hopes that it ain't too late for me. This ain't too late for me. This ain't too late for me. This ain't too late for me. Is this too late for me? Please, someone pray for me. Hope this ain't too late 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 for me. Someone out to pray 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 for me. Hope this ain't too late for me. Hope this ain't too late for me. This ain't too late. Someone out to pray for me. Someone out to pray for me. Someone out to pray for me. My hands are up, please don't shoot.
Don't shoot. Hands are up, but don't shoot.
Hope this ain't too late.
Hands are up, so don't shoot.
Someone out to pray for me. Someone out to pray for me. Someone out to pray for me. My hands are up, please don't shoot.
Hands are up, so don't shoot. Hands are up, so don't shoot.
Hope this ain't too late. Hope this ain't too late.
Bruce Lee spent a lot of his formative years in town. Seattle's even where he began teaching martial arts. There's a very special Bruce Lee exhibit at the Wing Luke Museum in Seattle's International District, and we checked it out with Seattle hip-hop artists Khingz and Massiah. What's some of your favorite things here at the museum?
The exhibits, I really like this Bruce Lee exhibit, but I just like how they do an emphasis both on like culture and social justice that goes with it, and like a lot of Seattle history that's not known. Like a lot of Asian American history in our city is, no one reads it, it's not in school, so it's kind of dope that they're like letting people know, not being silent.
This is a forearm. building device.
yeah.
Is that what it looks like? Basically, you put a bunch of weights on there and then you squeeze it up and you get man forearms like Bruce Lee. That's crazy. Have you seen that before?
Yeah, and he actually did this on purpose because he understood, one of the crazy things that Bruce did was study human anatomy like crazy, and he understood that building up your forearms would increase the power of your punch.
Yeah,
And
sure.
so this is one of those things that he would use. Today you have those little grips things that do the same thing, but his thing is light.
Yeah, I was gonna say those are bush league
Yeah,
compared to
yeah,
this
yeah.
thing.
Yeah, this is definitely like, this looks like, if I saw this before, without knowing his life story, I'd be like, I didn't know Bruce Lee went to jail like that. And they're getting finger swole, just knocking fools out in the yard.
So we got some old scripts here, some old.
These actual writings.
Yeah. I just like that there's a series of headlock pictures and kick in the face pictures.
Bro, check out how hip hop my dude is. Is he wearing an Adidas suit or is that Puma suit? You know what he said? He was like, yeah, man, I'm trying to get my Run DMC on today. This is actually stuff that people had left at his grave at Ren.
Yeah, Bruce Lee's grave is one of kind of the spots when you come to Seattle that people go to. They go to pay their respects. They go see where the man is buried, and they leave gifts.
Every summer,
It's very cool.
Just kick it.
Some nunchucks right there.
And that's dope because you can see it's like everything. It's toys, it's everything. It's things that mean something to people because the person meant something to them. And I think that when it comes down to it, like that's what Bruce Lee was. That's his real legacy. It's not the movies.
Yeah.
It's not even really Jeet Kune Do, but as much as it is the philosophy behind that and like the desire to better your life and the life of people around you.
Welcome back to Sounds by the Sound. Right now we're going to head to the International Fountain in the Seattle Center and meet up with a great band called Tangerine. Here they are, Sounds by the Sound.
Taunting me, you made me feel some kind of way.
Seattle International Fountain originated back when the World's Fair was here in the 60s, and for decades has served as a central meeting point for the people of Seattle. While we were here, we hung out with Tangerine in the poetry garden that overlooks the fountain. Tangerine, hello!
Hey!
Hello. It's nice to see you guys.
Nice to see you.
Can you give us just a little bit of background for people who don't know on how you got started playing music together?
I saw them actually play their first show together at Sound Off, which I believe you were at.
I was. We'll talk about that in a second, but yeah.
I saw them playing that, and then after that, I desperately tried to join the band, and on and off, we've been making a lot of music together since then.
Can you talk about the EP that you guys just made and put out?
It's a 4-song EP, and it's unique from our other EPs in the fact that we recorded it with 3 different producers, and that kind of shaped its general energy and just a lot different than the rest of our EPs that we've done.
Cool.
Yeah.
What's the name of the EP?
The name is Sugar Tea, and
Okay.
it's out on Swoon Records from Tacoma.
Did I see that you guys had a cassette release party? Like normally there's like an album release party, but talk about the cassette release party and the idea behind that.
Yeah, we've always been interested in putting our music out on a different medium than just CDs, so we did an early set of cassettes, so you could come to this release show and hear our EP before we even released the album. It's just a fun way to engage people. And
Sure.
Yeah, I love the physicality of
Yeah.
cassettes. So.
People like having tapes even if they don't have something to play on.
And I was going to ask,
It's like, it's whatever, I'm down with it.
if you need a cassette player, you can find one pretty cheap.
Yeah.
You just got back from Austin for South by Southwest. We talked beforehand, it was your 3rd time doing it. What's it like to be a Seattle band down in Austin?
Fun.
Yeah, it's
it's
really
like there's a lot of
exciting.
other Seattle bands down there too.
And that's kind of where I was going with it. That's
Yeah.
why I asked that question. I feel like sometimes when you go down there, you go and you check out bands from all over the place,
Yeah.
and sometimes you get caught up just hanging out with Seattle bands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which happens. Is that what happened with you guys? or-
Yeah, we managed to pull off a pretty good mix this year.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
happened to us before, and we saw some really great bands. Our favorite band, I think, as a group, was this band from Korea that we saw.
Cool.
Which is like the cool thing about South by. We would normally be able to see them.
We mentioned that we're here in the Seattle Center. Obviously, so many events happen here. Bumbershoot's one of the biggest. Do you have any memories about seeing shows here or any favorite things that have happened here in the Seattle Center for you?
So many, yeah.
I think like one of my fondest memories is seeing the New York Dolls play at Bumbershoot, and they did a cover of Janis Joplin, and just
Yeah, I
that was
remember
so
that.
special.
That was
Like so
cool.
many people remember that, and that
Yeah.
was years ago.
I have a sad memory where I saw the Pixies here when I was like 14. I
Yeah.
didn't actually know about the Pixies yet. And I was like, hey, who's this kind of weird band, this old guy and stuff like that. And it's like,
That was like
now it's like straight up my favorite band. I really
I'm gonna cut
missed
you
it
some
out
slack,
there.
man. You were 14 years old.
I
Like, not
should have known.
everybody-
I
yeah.
should have known.
Yeah. Congratulations on the EP. Thank you for being here. Thank you for performing out in the Seattle Center with the Seagulls and the Fountain and
Yes.
the Kieran and everything.
Heck
Sure.
Thank you.
Absolutely. It's Tangerine, and you're watching Sounds by the Sound.
I'm Rocket, balled in James Baldwin, and someone tossed Andre 3K and Jabron, and not too much LeBron in the cauldron. I wanted to follow my calling.
We're at the Wing Luke Museum in the International District of Seattle with Khingz and Massiah. Fellas, thank you for being here.
Thank you very much, Ottawa.
How'd you guys meet?
You know what? We've met indirectly at concerts and stuff. Like I knew him before I actually met him. Like I've seen him perform live at a Blue Scholar concert once. But we met through a lot of social justice work at the Youngstown's Cultural Arts Center.
Yeah.
Very nice. So it wasn't
On
even
Delridge.
a musical connection. It was a,
Nah.
as you said, social justice connection.
Yeah.
What kind of work were you doing?
Oh man, I was working with Arts Corps, Nature Consortium. I mean, I was
I
any.
think you're teaching all the like the.
Oh,
pro
I mean,
audio
yeah,
stuff,
yeah.
right?
What they had me doing initially, I got involved with this recording class that they had at the Youngstown's Cultural Arts Center. And so I was teaching a recording class at 16 for Arts Corps. And so yeah, I had this opportunity to pretty much teach a bunch of high school kids to learn how to do music.
I just did a bunch of mentorship for kids of every age.
Sitting here with writer's block on the first line.
Can you describe your music?
Diverse.
Yeah.
Yeah, eclectic.
Is that reflective of just Seattle as a community in general?
Yes, absolutely.
I would say my music is Tribe Called Quest meets Brother Lynch Hung, and that's very much indicative of my neighborhood.
Yeah. Well, if I'm gonna drop names too, mine would be Tupac meets Eminem.
Yep.
Very nice. So how's it work together then? Was it seamless or was it tough?
We're actually kind of the same person, so it
Yeah.
actually wasn't as hard. We just didn't know that as we've been doing music and getting to know each other like more and more and more. So at this point, it never really was that hard. It was always really easy to
Yeah. So it was seamless.
Yeah.
How does that multicultural background kind of influence the music, both of the community and your guys' personal lives?
The fact that I grew up on the west side and the fact that he grew up in the south end, in very similar environments, and by that I mean like exposed to like a lot of gang stuff and drugs and just a lot of uneasy things to see growing up in Seattle in the 90s. That really put us on the same page like super quickly.
Yeah, the cultural mix is really similar. Lots of Southeast Asians, East Africans, Black folks from the South and the East Coast. We're all living in this spot. We come to find out how much we had shared experiences, shared pain, shared love. I know that it's a big deal for me to be able to put on my homies and make them visible so that people understand what they're going through as much as I am.
Talk to us about these songs that you played.
My song, Red Dropouts. The name of the song actually has nothing to do with the song itself. I thought it was really funny when my homie Ooh Swain, who produced the beat, showed it to me, and I was like, man, this sounds something like Blue Scholars would have rapped on their first album. I was like, yo, let's flip it on them. What's the exact opposite of Blue Scholars? Red Dropouts. All right, that's what we're calling the song. And the whole song itself is it's a collection of experiences about my family members through this one individual that I rap through in this song. But it's kind of his relationship with his environment, which is white center more specifically, and being a child American and growing up in the 90s and facing all this poverty and violence on the streets and seeing how that kind of affects you as a person.
Yeah, let them know.
Yeah, if I could have it my way, I wouldn't waste or stress a single day about how I was gonna get paid and have that money get sent overseas, so my little cousins wouldn't worry about what to eat and they can finally walk with some decent shoes on their feet, because they live in a world where dirt makes them more than half of their streets. Damn, and I'm just scratching the surface of the manure they were raised in. Fuck the partisans, that statement is not an exaggeration. This the life of Southeast Asians, always rise to get that paper. It's part of life until I make it, yeah. It's part of life until I make it, cause when I do, my village,
Not my hood.
my village, with hands rough, will stand up on a land that's been stolen from them. Vietnam, son. Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, if I could have it my way, my mother wouldn't never have to worry about her kids being raised in the gangster environment. Life expectancy dying quick. Cooking crack is the closest thing to become a scientist. With a new cell book, it's but we still buying it. With the cool kids pressure drugs on students, so they trying it. None of that would happen, and I wouldn't become a stereotype when I start rapping. If I could have it my way, there would be no troops ready to dump on any who for rocking the wrong color suits. And if you still look confused, probably not talking to you. You don't understand, it's cool. That's not how it works, cause ignorance is deadly too. Yeah, cause ignorance is deadly too. And if you didn't get that line, and I repeat it just for you, there would be no troops ready to dump on any who for rocking the wrong color suits. If you still looking confused, I'm probably not talking to you. If you don't understand, it's cool. That's not how it often works, cause ignorance is deadly too. Cause ignorance is deadly too. And that's not how it works. Cause ignorance is deadly too. And that's not how it works. Let me tell you how it works. There's nothing blissful about a bunch of ignorant motherfuckers trying to run up. Bustin' left for that come up. Get it jump till you get the fuck up. Doing it till the sun up. This shit you don't really want none of. Yeah, victims are faceless. Yeah, cause we ain't racist, but you can get killed for the colors of your shoelaces. That's the place that we live in. Our fates are sealed in prison. And you ain't gotta be a gangster to be a victim. They know not what they do, cause guns they love to finger it. But tell me where the fuck is the bliss in that type of ignorance. So now we lingering, just looking for a place to cash in, but nobody is hiring, so it's back to rapping and pushing drugs on the youth, convincing them that it's cool to being brainwashed from the daily shit on the news. I'm living double lives when I move, cause when it comes to my mom, she don't know half the shit that I do, and I have to keep it that way, cause the last thing that I need is for my own family to know that I sell weed and become another statistic. But then again, that's almost impossible, cause my background is indigenous, and if you listen, then yes, you heard me correct. During the Khmer Rouge, we were the #1 threat to Pol Pot's genocide. 500,000 was sent to die. I'll be screaming John Pride until I feel recognize my roots. I'll testify from Vietnam to the West Side. I do this for all my fallen people. I'm trying to rise out the gutters. No, we don't have gutters. We have dirt roads. Walk barefoot by our mothers on a daily basis. Tears on little cousins' faces because they all have stomachs that are vacant.
Thanks for watching this episode of Sounds by the Sound. Remember, if you visit Seattle, come to the very busy, very hectic International District. Right now, we're going to head back to International Fountain at the Seattle Center for one more performance from Tangerine. You're watching Sounds by the Sound.
Faking in New York like gold money. Things felt too strong like sugar on my teeth. Felt chosen in the moment with lucky girls. Nothing but skin between us and the world. But I never showed up. I guess it's alright. And you never showed up. I heard you doing fine. Your leather jacket that never fit. You grew into it. You grew into it. The world is still a bright and a novel place where we still get anxious. It still feels like a face. Postcards, playbills, tickets for the train. Oh, will they gather in my room as I make my way? I used to dream of the faded neon years ago. Oh, you told me no, Leon. And if we made it, we'd be together. Scratched up knees and jokes forever. But I never showed up. I guess it's alright. And you never showed up. I heard you doing fine. Your leather jacket that never fit. You grew into it. You grew into it. Grew into it.